30 wins, 10 defeats, with 20 big wins by way of knockout. He is the North American champion. Please welcome Lafayette Lawson. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, is the defending champion in this 12-round bout. He enters the ring wearing red trunks with gold trim, hailing from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and fighting out of the Jet Center in Van Nuys, California. His weight, an even 140 pounds. His record, an outstanding 40 wins with no defeats, 1 draw, and 20 big wins by way of knockout. He is the defending kick intercontinental super lightweight world champion. Please welcome the undefeated Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. The referee in charge now to give instructions, 12 rounds of kickboxing, Cecil Peoples.
All right, gentlemen, I just want to remind you, in case of a knockdown, go to a neutral corner. No hitting on the break. Stop when I say stop. There will be no clinching, no holding. Any questions? Let's go.
Well, there you have it.
We're going to take a look here at the sizing of these guys. Lawson with a 2-inch reach advantage over Cunningham, and that could be a factor because Lawson has nice kicks and he can use that reach, but then Cunningham has such great flexibility that he can make up that difference because he can still kick head level easily. Also, this is a leg kick fight, so that may do something to take away the reach advantage.
Round number 1, scheduled 12 here at Caesars Palace. This is for the Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship. In the red, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, the champion. Lafayette Lawson from Hot Springs, Arkansas, in the long black pants. And Lafayette is a guy who's been with some tough customers, John. He's not going to be intimidated here at all.
No, he really isn't. He's had a lot of fights, had a lot of success, and the important thing is that he's had a lot of success recently. He's been beating good fighters over the last 2 years.
And of course, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, I mean, quick on quick, in quick. And Benny, have you ever seen a slicker fighter than this guy?
Not in a long time, if ever. Right there, he got caught. They're going to call it a slip knockdown. You notice Peter Cunningham is working both high and low. He comes off a big win off of a great Thai champion named Sakat in Melbourne, Australia. So he knows the game from the top to the bottom.
Again, round 1, scheduled 12 here. Kind of a feeling out process. Good right hand by Petey. Takes a right in return. Lafayette Lawson's not going to be backing up, not even a step here. And they trade kicks into the back of the thigh, into the hamstring muscles. Again, Petey Cunningham in the red, Lafayette Lawson in the black.
You know, one of the things that makes this fight very interesting, unlike a lot of the guys that Peter Cunningham has fought in the past, Lafayette Lawson is a technician himself. He has great technique, he has great kicking, he's got a little reach, and he's got a good front leg, and that's going to make it tougher on Peter.
Absolutely, and again, sort of a feeling out period here. And, you know, the thing is, you are so impressed by Petey's quickness that you don't really notice that Lafayette himself is a pretty slick fighter too, as you're saying.
And looking at the styles of these both fighters, you can see that they're fairly evenly matched.
Now we are getting down to the end. We're inside of 10 seconds here in this, the first round of a scheduled 12-round championship fight. And we are at Caesars Palace. We will be back after these messages. Scheduled for 12 in the red, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, Lafayette Lawson in the black. Guys, how'd you score the first round?
I gave the first round to Lawson 10-9, a real close 10-9, but I thought he did score a few more telling blows in that first round. It is a feeling out round, a little get acquainted there.
How about you, Blinky?
I had that round even. I thought it was a quick round, but it was just a filling out round.
Well,
nothing decisive really scored.
Dan Walker along with John Worley, Blinky Rodriguez here at Caesars Palace. And again, two very talented and very good technicians in the ring. As you can see here, in the red, Peter Cunningham, the right hand misses. Lafayette Lawson showing very good technique, as John was saying earlier.
You know, you really won't find in any division a better matchup of two more technically excellent fighters. Both of these young men really epitomized, you know, the
good right hand by Petey Cunningham there, no effect. You know, John, you're right. You almost wish that one of these guys was in a different weight division. So that you could see more of them. I mean, obviously they have to keep colliding in this division. You wish one of them would go up a couple pounds. Again, Cunningham in the red, known for his quickness and speed and his technique, but Lafayette Lawson out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. He's a master control technician at a TV station in Little Rock, as a matter of fact. Lafayette Lawson, no slouch whatsoever. Probably knows our jab better than we do, too.
Whoa! I'll tell you, that left leg of Peter Cunningham, he's keeping it fairly busy. Keeps popping it out there almost like a jab.
And again, a good exchange, but no real damage done there. That's a slip by Cunningham as he throws that kick. A lot of people have been slipping down tonight on this ring. You wonder if there's not something to be done about that. We're now inside of 10 seconds here, and this is the second round of a scheduled 12 for the Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship at Caesars Palace WCCK Kickboxing. That is Lafayette Lawson right there, and Earl Gilkey, his trainer.
Get to drop his hands down. Okay, Lawson. You got to put your kick in. We got to stay down there. Okay, what he's doing. He stay out there. He's gonna kick you once, hard kick. He stays out. Then he comes in hard with a kick and a punch. All right. When he kicks you that one time, fall him back. Fall him back. Okay.
Now you hear what Earl Gilkey is saying there. He's saying, let him try that one kick and then go back in on him. Is that good advice?
Well, that's exactly what he's telling him to do, is counter off of Cunningham's technique. And since he's got the reach and the range, you know, he's able to do that if he can follow the instruction.
Now, if you're over in the other corner, John, what are you telling Petey Cunningham?
I think Petey Cunningham has got to keep moving. He's going to have to maybe wear down, hopefully get to Lawson a little tired and come on in.
Round 3, scheduled 12, Caesars Palace. This is for the Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship. Lafayette Lawson in the black trunks, excuse me, the black pants, and Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham in the red shorts. Through 2 rounds, guys. How do you have it scored? Blinky, you first.
Well, I'll tell you, I have Peter Cunningham up by 1 point, making the first round even, giving him the second round by a slight edge.
Now, John, you didn't go the same way in the first round, so where do you stand?
Well, I did give Peter Cunningham the second round as well on a 10-9, so I've got him dead even after 2 rounds. I gave the first round, of course, to Lawson. And
we should tell you that both of our scorecards here are unofficial, although, in honesty, most of the evening, these 2 guys, Blinky Rodriguez and John Worley, have been pretty much right on it. Probably we ought to just take a real quick look at the rules. Of course, this is a fight where there are leg kicks, and as we say, depending on the contract the fighter signed, John, it can go either way.
Yeah, this is a leg kick fight. The fighters are wearing 3-ounce foot pads, no shin pads. They're wearing 8-ounce boxing gloves. And the fights are scored by 3 judges at ringside on a 10-point scoring system like we're doing here unofficially.
Again, the guys trading kicks. Lafayette Lawson in the black and Peter Cunningham in the red. Do you see anything at all of Blinky going on right here that would indicate a trend in the way the rest of this fight is going to go?
Well, I see 2 technicians out there, Dan, and I think condition's going to also weigh a factor. The champion comes in, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, with the experience, gone in the route at the distance, 12 rounds many times. I don't know what's the maximum rounds that Lawson has gone, but we're going to find out as the fight wears on.
One thing we do know that there's never, ever a time. A good left front leg kick by Lafayette Lawson. Petey Cunningham. Another one, a right back leg round kick. And Cunningham answers with his own side kick. And they're heating up the kicks here. Briefly there, Cunningham acknowledging the good kick by Lawson. These 2 guys are both great competitors. Beginning of round 4, scheduled 12, Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship on the line here at Caesars Palace in the red. Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, he's the champion. The challenger, Lafayette Lawson, he's from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Peter Cunningham from Edmonton, Alberta, training in Van Nuys, California at the Jet Center, a place fairly well known by our partner Blinky Rodriguez here.
You know, this has been kind of a slow-paced fight with the exception of a few flurries, and that's one of the things that you run into sometimes when you have guys of similar styles. Both of these fellows have very similar fighting styles, and sometimes it's hard for them to kind of get uncranked against each other.
Well, and the truth be told, these are both, you know, maybe 2 of the best fighters in their division, so you expect it to be fairly even. You get wondering in your mind, guys, what's this fight going to turn on? Blinky, what do you think?
Well, I think they're both trying to wear each other down. I see them, and it's very subtle, but I see them both working that low kick of each other's front leg, and they're hoping to wear each other's left legs out so that maybe they can move in and do some damage with their hands.
Is that why we're seeing so many kicks at the inside of Lawson's thigh from Cunningham?
Exactly.
Well, I tell you, these two guys are a treat for me to watch. I just have to say that here.
Nice combination then by Peter Cunningham. He did that without a mouth guard.
Now, the rules as stated earlier to the fighters were that if you're in a situation where nobody really is gaining an advantage or is pressing an advantage, they will stop the fight, put the mouthpiece back in. But if another fighter is scoring on you, they will wait until that flurry is over, until that trend is over to put it back in. And, of course, nobody had the advantage, so referee Cecil Peoples put the mouthpiece back. We are inside of 30 seconds in this, the fourth round, scheduled for 12. Caesars Palace World-Class Championship Kickboxing here. It's the World Super Lightweight Championship on the line. Dan Walker along with John Worley and Blinky Rodriguez.
You know, Dan, I think some of the viewers might recognize Peter Cunningham. A lot of people don't remember, but he co-starred in that movie, No Retreat, No Surrender, some years back.
He sure did. We'll be back to Caesars right after this. Round 5, schedule 12. Peter Cunningham. Sugarfoot is in the red trunks. He is the champion here, the World Super Lightweight Champion. Challenger Lafayette Lawson in the black trunks. Slipping in there, and Peter Cunningham taking advantage of it, scoring in a flurry there, getting some punches in. Lawson getting it tight and holding on.
This is what the crowd wanted to see. Real strong action. Nobody really getting hit hard, but they're out there throwing a lot of good stuff.
And again, this is two great technicians, and it's just a matter of wearing down, I would guess, as Blinky has said. And John, how do you see the trend developing here?
Well, you know, if I'm Lafayette Lawson, I've got to be concerned with the quickness and the footwork and the movement, just like that. Every time he throws a kick like that doesn't land at all, it drains a little of his energy. It also drains a little of his confidence. You know, it takes a little bit out of his enthusiasm. Nice side kick there.
Good side kick by Lafayette Lawson, and Petey Cunningham ducking away from a nice combination by Lawson. Two very slick, very well-conditioned, and very well-schooled fighters. Side kick by Petey, round kick by Lawson, both of them scoring, doing minor damage.
Now Cunningham has got maybe the little quicker front leg. Lawson probably a little bit stronger.
And you know, you wonder how many more of these shots to the inside of the thigh that Lafayette Lawson can take from Petey Cunningham before it starts to wear him down.
I think we'll start seeing telltale signs of that if it continues to go that way and doesn't make the adjustment to block that.
We are under 20 seconds here in this, the fifth round of the scheduled 12-round fight. Las Vegas, Nevada, the Sports Pavilion at Caesars Palace. Good right hand by Lafayette Lawson as we come to the end of the round. We will be back to Caesars.
The ring pads over there. Lawson throwing lots of stuff, but Cunningham showing good movement.
As we start the sixth round of a scheduled 12, Peter Cunningham in the red, Lafayette Lawson in the black. Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship on the line from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And again, guys, let's take a look at your scorecards. Blinky Rodriguez, your unofficial scorecard says what?
Well, I have the champion leading Lafayette Lawson by 3 points. He's starting to, as you can see, take a little more control of the fight. He came out with a flurry at the beginning of the last one.
John, how do you see the fight at this point?
You know, actually, I gave the last round to Lafayette Lawson by 1 point on the basis of the side kick landing and a few crisp punches. I've got the fight even. So Blake and I are starting to get apart here.
Well, I also have to tell you that the flurry you just saw by Cunningham, it looked to me as though nothing really got done in there. There were a lot of punches being slipped and blocked, no real damage. These two guys are great fighters. A kick to the thigh by Lafayette Lawson. And as Blinky pointed out, there is Cunningham going back to work on the front leg of Lafayette Lawson.
Good leg block there. You notice Cunningham picked up his left leg to block the right leg of Lafayette Lawson. Those hurt.
Well, yeah, you block them with your shin. It's going to hurt you a little bit, too. These guys roll Coke bottles up and down their legs to condition them for the pain. Oh, boy, that sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, let's do that after the event.
Why don't we do it as soon as this is over?
Oh, we got a cut,
and now we have a cut on Pete Cunningham here. Let's see how bad it is below the eye. So that is a plus, but it is also bleeding pretty profusely. I'm sure the doctor will come take a look. That's Arnold Urquides up there, his trainer up on the apron. They're trying to stop the flow of blood. We'll get a look from the medical people at it. It would be a shame for a fight like this to end on a cut. It would just be terrible. The doctor says it's fine. Once again, Arnold Urquides there applying pressure to it, trying to get it to stop. You got to know that that was not an intentional butt on the part of Lafayette Lawson.
No, as quick as these two fighters are, that happens, and it's unfortunate when it does. I know Peter Cunningham knows it was not intentional, but that doesn't change anything. He does have a cut that's going to be some concern for him.
We are back in action here. Cunningham throws the big right, perhaps sensing that with that cut he's got to score some. And again, Lafayette Lawson very cool and calm. He's not, all through this week, he's been very calm and very collected. Said he's not intimidated, even by the speed. And Cunningham again working on that front leg Blinky was talking about.
Just trying to take it away from him. Good right leg to the body by Cunningham.
And again, the front leg takes it on the chin here. We're looking at under 10 seconds here in round 6. Peter Cunningham perhaps a little angered by that butt. And there's the end of the round. Let's go back into the corner. And we have Lafayette Lawson right there. And now we're looking at Petey Cunningham. You can see a nice close-up view of the cut. What is it that they're applying there, Blinky?
Well, they use a lot of that adrenaline chloride in the corners. There's some Levitine. Arnold Urquides,
but you got to remember now, throw your combinations, all right?
has worked many corners throughout the world. He was the head chief trainer of Benny Urquides, myself, and many, many great fighters throughout the world. So he's very experienced, and he knows exactly what he needs to do to stop that cut. Here we got the fighters coming up. Cunningham comes up with the left leg. He comes down, and Lafayette comes right in with the head. Although we know it wasn't intentional because it didn't look like he tried to do that with his head.
It's a nasty-looking cut, John.
That's a bad cut. And you know what? That can certainly affect someone like Peter Cunningham. And really, when you've got that kind of injury, sometimes you got to go out and get it done because that could turn into a fight-stopping injury.
It is below the eye as we enter round 7. It is below the eye, and usually that is good news, but nevertheless, that is a particularly bad cut. You don't know what kind of swelling it's going to take, if that's going to be a problem for vision later on as the eye swells up. And as you pointed out, John, Petey Cunningham now with the left foot landing a couple of big ones there and goes back to the front leg again. Into the ribs now goes Petey Cunningham.
I'm sure Cunningham is concerned about this thing and wants to come out and go ahead and try to get this thing done if he can.
Blinky, in your days as a fighter, when you would sustain a cut like that, what does it do to your mentality in the ring? What does it do to your ideas?
You never got cut, did you?
I got cut one time in a fight here in Las Vegas, and I'll tell you, I really didn't give much thought to it. After the round that I came back, my cornerman was Arnold Urquides. He stopped the bleeding. I didn't bleed through the fight, and I was very fortunate.
Once again, to the front leg goes Pete Cunningham, answered by Lawson with the right hand high on the head. Neither blow doing a whole lot of damage. Again, Cunningham coming out strong in the front of this round is slowed down just a little bit. Those punches all missing along with the kicks. These are two very slick fighters. You got to really like the way these guys operate in the ring. This is self-defense in its purest form, folks, I got to tell you. Lawson on the right, Cunningham on the left, scoring a little bit in that clinch there. Fast hands, fast feet. We're inside of 30 seconds. And Pete Cunningham, so far, doesn't seem to be affected by the cut, does he, guys?
No, he doesn't. He's come out and taken control of this round with that left leg.
Yeah, he's really doing a better job since the cut than he did before the cut, I think.
We are inside of 10 seconds in this, the 7th round of a scheduled 12-round fight for the Intercontinental World Championship, Super Lightweight Championship. We'll be back to Caesars. We're about to enter the 8th round. There you see the cut on Cunningham's face as we see 8th round live action now. And again, Cunningham not really bothered by that cut. He just came out and took control of that last round. He is in control here, not panicked. He's not, he's not taking chances. Good counter kick by Lafayette Lawson there. Blinky Rodriguez, how do you have it scored at this point?
Well, at this point, I have the champion leading the bout. Scored 70-66. Last round, I thought he took control of it with his left leg.
John, where are you at on it now?
Yeah, I gave the last round also to Peter Cunningham. I've got him up now by 2 points. So I think he has fought better. Actually, sometimes that will do that to a fighter. You know, they get a little bit of a desperation in them. If they get a little cut or they get knocked down or something like that, and they actually come back and it wakes them up and they fight better after something like that.
Once again, though, through the work of Arnie Urquides in the corner, Cunningham's cut was closed up. Now it is starting to drip just a little bit. Nothing really serious and nothing really threatening to the outcome of the fight, at least at this moment. But Lafayette Lawson seeming to be becoming a little bit more of the aggressor here. Would you guys agree?
Well, I think he's been coming at Cunningham most of the bout, and it's, you know, it's always a real hard fight to score because you got two technicians that are really picking their shots.
You know,
but he is being aggressive there. He's coming at him now.
You know, moments ago there we saw Cunningham flipping that left leg. He throws that left leg faster than a lot of guys throw jabs in boxing. I mean, he just flicks it up there like it's like he's swatting a fly.
Well, that's kind of what a left leg's supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to use it the same way to keep some business out there, keep some activity.
Well, how come mine never worked that fast?
Yours didn't?
No. Did yours?
Sure.
Oh, well. Now the crowd beginning to chant for Peter Cunningham. Lafayette Lawson is right there. There's a kick that lands. It was partially blocked, but it landed. Right hand by Cunningham lands, and Lawson responds. We're going to be back at Caesars with more WCCK kickboxing. We're in the corner of Lafayette Larson listening to Earl Gilkey.
You got to let him off his jaw. He's going to work him. They're going to sit over in that corner. All right? You got to get on his butt. Get on your head. Wait a little bit. All right. Come on, baby.
Now, guys, what they're saying over there is Gilkey is telling Lawson that Cunningham is loading up the right hand on him here. Do you agree with that assessment?
It looked like Cunningham is sitting down a little more. That round there, he did try to lead with a couple of right hands, and he is loading up. We got a slow-mo coming up. We got Lawson there trying to work on that cut. Hopefully, he's trying to get it opened up. But fortunately, Cunningham's got a great corner there in Arnie Urquides, and he's keeping it from bleeding.
Round number 9, scheduled for 12, Caesars Palace. This is the World Intercontinental Super Lightweight Championship on the line. The champion is in red. That is Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. You can watch him kick. You know why he got the name. You also are looking at Lafayette Lawson in the black. He is the challenger here, and he is giving a more than credible account of himself.
You know, Dan, Blinky, if I'm out there in Lafayette Lawson's corner, I'm going to get that guy going. He's got to start going. You know, he's been fighting very conservatively, and I don't know if he was concerned about going 12 rounds or what the problem is, but he's got to go out and take this thing, and he's not doing it.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. It comes down to experience. The champion's gone 12 rounds many times. Lawson obviously hasn't, never fought for the world title, so these last rounds we'll see exactly how much concern he has with that.
You are listening to the words of two of the great old-time black belts known throughout the karate community. Blinky Rodriguez, one of the all-time great kickboxers. John Worley has been a black belt way before they invented dust. And I am Dan Walker. We're happy to have you along in this 9th round of a scheduled 12-round championship fight here. How do you guys have it scored at this point, John?
Gave the last round again to Cunningham. I've got him up by 3 now, 78-75, and Lawson really is not fighting the kind of fight that you see a guy fight when he wants to win a title from a champion.
How about you, Blinky? How do you see it?
I see also Cunningham winning the last round, and I agree with John. When you want to come and take a title, you have to take it from the champion in order to win it.
So both of you are in agreement then that Lafayette Lawson needs to become more aggressive, and as you say that, he takes the kick from Cunningham as he was about to become, it appeared, more aggressive. That'll destroy your attitude when you keep taking him in the face like that.
Well, it takes a little bit of your confidence anytime you try to step in there and that front leg whacks you in the face. I think that maybe Lawson, I think the leg kicking, as Blinky mentioned earlier, is starting to have an effect on Lawson because he's not using his front leg as effectively as he did earlier.
We are inside of 10 seconds in this, the 9th round. We'll be back to Caesars.
Well, that's it for now. Back to more kickboxing from Las Vegas.
Clearly, on the face of Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, the hand you see there belongs to Arnie Urquides. He is his trainer and corner man, and obviously the cut man. And that is a pretty nasty cut, but it hasn't really opened up very much, which tells you a little something about the kind of cut work Arnie's doing.
He's doing a great job, and it hasn't been affected after the initial cut happened. It's really not a factor at this point.
But boy, it is a nasty looking thing, isn't it, Blinky?
It sure is. There's no question, but it also...
nice front leg side kick there. That's the kind of thing you don't see many people able to do, a front leg side kick to the face. That's a difficult thing to do. Your body physics don't let you do that easily.
There's the bell for the 10th of a scheduled 12-round fight here. You can see the many photographers around the ring here. This has drawn quite a lot of attention from the media. More than 81 people credentialed for this fight, which is unprecedented in the history of kickboxing. This is a big event here at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas for the World Super Lightweight Intercontinental Championship. In the black, the challenger is Lafayette Lawson. In the red, the champion, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. I'm Dan Walker along with John Worley and Blinky Rodriguez. And guys, how do you have it scored at this point?
I've got Cunningham up by 4. He's won the last 4 rounds pretty convincingly. He's moving real well. And Lawson hasn't been able to get in there and put the pressure that he, I think, hoped to do coming into this fight.
Blinky, do you agree?
Yes, I do agree. I believe Cunningham has finally started to, fight the smarter of the two, fight by wearing down that left leg of Lafayette Lawson as he worked on it again.
Now, there's a couple of punches landed by Cunningham as he's trying to pull it around. There's the overhand right with an elbow right behind it, would you believe? And Lawson takes it into the corner, tying him up as they move away. We're under a minute here in the 10th round. And guys, I got to ask you, clearly at this point you'd have to say that Lafayette Lawson needs a knockout to win. Why is he not then seeming at least to try to press that issue?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Cunningham is so hard to track down. He's moving so well. He's got the good front leg, and every time Lawson has lunged in there, he's run into that front leg. You run into 2 or 3 of those front leg side kicks, and you just don't want to do it anymore. They both go down in the heat.
I think in that particular tackle, it was Lawson who got the short end of it as the knee came across his face. Purely unintentional. Blinky, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say that, there's no question that, Lafayette's going to have to score a KO. But at the same time, I'm surprised his corner hasn't urged him to work more on the cut of Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham with that jab.
We are into the corner of Lafayette Lawson. We're going to listen for a brief moment here to Earl Gilkey and see what Lawson's being told.
You talk to me. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Pick it up. You want to pick up the pace? Yeah. Then let's pick it up. That means you got to be in this man's face. I know he's on his toes. He's moving around. It may be hard to hit, but you got to throw some decoys out there. You can't stay in front of him. He's going to kill this leg, baby. He's going to kill this leg, all right? You got to stay on. You got to pick up the pace. You point fighting, baby. Get out of that. You're not throwing your spin, hitting the spin fence, right? Hit the combination. Work on the cut. Pick up the pace. You pick it up. You're saying okay every round now. I'm getting tired of hearing it okay. Let's do it.
Well, gentlemen, what do you add? You can't add anything to that. That's the best advice he'll ever hear, isn't it?
I think Gilkey pretty well covered it. He said everything that we've been saying over here at ringside.
Action round 11. We're at Caesars Palace. This is the Intercontinental Super Lightweight Championship in the world. Good right hand by the champion, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, who has obviously come out here stepping up the pace in this round. The cut that has been opened, a big dash underneath Cunningham's eye by a headbutt, has not opened up as these guys are stepping it up now. Lafayette Lawson, a good right hand by Lawson, shakes Cunningham. Cunningham now fighting back using all of his experience and ring skills, but that right hand shook him.
Well, that was a perfect right hand, and Cunningham came out of that kick and right into it. And I would think over in Cunningham's corner, they're going to have to caution him not to get careless. This guy can still be dangerous.
I do hope we're going to be able to show you that sequence again, because it's a perfect view of Lawson just waiting for Cunningham to do his spins, perfectly timing the spin and hitting him coming in. But again, it was fast. At this point, both guys agreeing that Peter Cunningham has it well in control and Lafayette Lawson has to knock him out. The advice that he got from the corner: let's pick it up, you've got to step it up, you've got to go after the cut. Is he doing what you think he should be doing at this point?
He's trying to do it, but I think his confidence is gone. I think Lawson's confidence is really down, and I think that Cunningham is starting to want to put on a little bit of a show. He's feeling very comfortable, very confident right now. He feels like he's solely in control, Blink.
Now, early in the fight, Blinky, you were saying that the Cunningham was going after that front leg. We heard Earl Gilkey in the corner at the break saying he's going to kill this leg. He's going to kill this leg. You got to get after him. You're absolutely right. Do you see him slowing down because of that leg?
Yes, I do. There's no question about it. He hasn't been using that left leg. That was one of his main weapons coming into the bout. Now he's trying to throw the right leg, but he's having problems standing on the left leg.
And it's hard to throw one when you can't stand on the other. Another good right hand by Lafayette Lawson as we are inside 10 seconds in this, the 11th round. There is only one more left to go. whatever it is that Lafayette Lawson is going to do, he'd best get to doing it as the two cornermen, and especially Arnold Urquidy, is getting there fast. He wants to work on that cut, and he wants to get this one last conversation in with Pete Cunningham. Let's listen in.
Water up here. Combinations up there, but I want you to get your hands down, Cap. Cap? 30 seconds. All right? Okay, we got 30 seconds. 25, 25.
We're going to take another look at that great action in the 11th round. There's a kick that misses, another one that misses, and this right hand gets right between the arms. Well, Peter Cunningham's a lucky man right now because he could have been really hurt with that. Once again, we're going to see it again. There's the leg kick, the spinning kick, and the right hand. Looks like maybe it hit a little low. It didn't catch him flush on the chin.
Well, round 12, and the crowd is showing their appreciation here. Clearly, these two guys are just great competitors. The crowd is cheering them both on. Not even sure they have a particular favorite. They love both of these guys. Cunningham's people are cheering him on, but Lawson has developed some friends here, too.
You know, Lawson looked like at the end of that last round, he looked like a defeated fighter, not a beaten fighter, but somebody that psychologically had already kind of given it up.
Here's a question I got for you guys both. Why is Peter Cunningham in there trading right now? He must know he's got this fight in hand. Why is he in there trading? Why isn't he dancing and shaking and staying out of the way and making Lawson work?
Because fighters want to fight.
But I'd have to think it's that great heart of a champion and a performer that when he comes in the ring, he wants to give his fans everything he's got.
That's exactly right.
How smart that is, I don't know.
We've got an equipment repairs. We repair some loose tape. I got to tell you, did I just see Cecil Peoples warn Cunningham for using an elbow? I just saw him do that. I swear, I don't know where he did it, but apparently Cecil Peoples saw it. And again, Lawson now, to the attack, knows he has to have a knockout.
He may have warned him actually about throwing Lawson down when he got inside that hook kick. That may have been what his warning was about. Cunningham did have a little enthusiasm on that throwdown.
Yes, he did. You can see right there that Cunningham is scoring well underneath with that right hand. There was about 7 or 8 unanswered right uppercuts in there. Lawson couldn't get his hands down to hold on.
Looked like he was hitting the uppercut bag there.
This is the 12th and final round for the Intercontinental Super Lightweight Championship of the World at Caesars Palace World Class Championship Kickboxing. Peter Cunningham, the champion in red. Lafayette Lawson, the challenger in black. Both of our expert analysis from John Worley and Blinky Rodriguez, both saying that they think Lawson needs the knockout.
Yeah, he's definitely, I think, way down on points right now. And I don't see knockout happening. Cunningham's fresh. He's moving still. His legs are great. And Lawson just doesn't seem to have the look in his eye right now.
Well, if Lawson has got the... well, that's interesting there. We're getting an early count, it appears. As the timekeeper has indicated 10 seconds left in the round, that means we're down to the end of the fight right about now. There it is. And Lafayette Lawson and Peter Cunningham have put on a great show here at Caesars Palace. You have to think that the outcome of this is obvious. Nevertheless, we've seen some strange things before. Maybe we'll see something strange again.
Well, it would be the strangest thing that anybody's ever seen, I think, if this fight doesn't go unanimously for Peter Cunningham. He really took control from about the 4th or 5th round, didn't he, Blake?
Yes, he did. Matter of fact, the only round that I gave Lafayette, the only round that I gave to Lafayette Larson was the 11th round.
Well, okay, we have the two fighters now have finished their war. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with the decision at World Class Championship Kickboxing from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. It all, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. We've just witnessed the Intercontinental World Super Lightweight Championship fight between Lafayette Lawson and Peter Cunningham. We have a decision. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 championship rounds of kickboxing, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. John Conway scores about 119-109. Lou Tabbitt scores about 116-112, and Howard Sidman scores about 118-110. All three in favor of the winner, and still super lightweight champion Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham.
Well, you know, Blake, Frankie, there can't really be any surprise about that. Two very fine technicians, and the people in our audience who are kickboxing fans, I'm sure, are aware of how fine technicians these were. People who are new to our sport, we hope you'll stay with us because, geez, these guys are good, and we want you to know it.
There's no question about not only are they good, but they're conditioned athletes. That left leg of Peter Sugar for Cunningham did not stop all night.
It certainly didn't, and I don't know how he keeps it up. On the best day I ever lived, I couldn't. Could you?
I don't think so.
We're going to be back with an interview with the champion, John Worley, standing by, and we'll have that for you in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of